Hello and welcome, it's the King Cater Experience, and on this episode we'll be looking at 5 bad money habits that will always leave you broke. Let's get it.
Take note!
Okay, with the personal finances, of course, the habits we have can either make us successful or cause us to stagnate. If you have been struggling with your finances, just take a look at this list and make sure you are not bringing yourself down with any of these habits. Now, habit number 1, procrastination. Are you one of those people who always says, I'll start saving tomorrow, those kind of people? Well, we all procrastinate at times, but there are those kind of people who are always telling themselves they will do something later on or the next day. Procrastinating is one of those habits that may end up costing you not only time, but also money. Here are a couple of ways that you are procrastinating your financial freedom. Number 1, paying your bills and loans late, causing you to have to pay more money as interest. Number 2, purchasing certain things late, e.g. event tickets, perhaps you're going out with your friends, plane tickets if you're traveling, and then you just end up buying it at the highest price. Number 3, never settling on a financial plan or taking a decision to save or invest when the stakes are really good. Number 4, not preparing a monthly budget on time, and by the time you get your income, you end up spending impulsively. Okay, number 2, impulse buying. Everybody, including myself, we are all victims of this. Giving into impulse buying is not only hard on your wallet in the short term, but it also prevents you from developing good financial practices in the long run. It's okay to treat yourself once in a while, don't get me wrong, but it is important to be clear about what you want and what you need. Here are some of the reasons why people actually impulse buy. Number 1, perhaps they're buying items on sale to save money even if you do not really need the item. Number 2, you want to fit into the trends, like keeping up with the Joneses, or conform to your friends and the society at large. Number 3, doing too much window shopping both online and at physical stores, and you just end up buying things you don't need. You can avoid impulse buying, of course, and this is what you need to do. You can plan for big purchases. If you're going to make a big purchases, make sure you plan prior to the purchase. Number 2, you knowing your triggers, what makes you go into that impulse buying mode. Number 3, finding ways to treat and reward yourself without spending money. Very important. Number 4, remembering the past losses that you made from impulse buying. Number 5, budgeting. Always budgeting. Number 6, carrying fixed cash and avoiding having too much cash on your M-Pesa or shopping or using your bank card. Number 7, setting financial goals and following through. Very important as well. Okay, let's move on to the next habit. Number 3, ignorance. There is nothing worse than being ignorant, or being uneducated with your personal finances. Of course, no one expects you to be an expert on finances, but at least gain knowledge on the basics of investing, saving, mortgages, insurance, budget, interests, rates, and etc. etc. There is no excuse for ignorance, period. It's actually costly when you hit 50 and you've had a great career, but you have nothing to show for it. The internet is at your fingertips, and all this information is on Google. Instead of watching too much TV and talking about politics all day long, pick a book on finances, investing, to take up a personal finance course. Just do something to secure your financial future. Number 4, not saving for retirement. When you are young, in your 20s all through to your 30s, it's easy to think that you have your whole life ahead of you. Well, just ask someone who is in their 60s and they will tell you that if they could, they will save for their retirement from as early as their first salary. Most jobs, of course, both in public and private sector, provide you with a retirement or pension scheme, but that isn't entirely enough. It limits you to what you can and cannot do in your old age, because you have to wait for a fixed monthly deposit, which isn't much. At that stage of your life, you want to be independent and you want to have a fairly comfortable life. Please don't keep living without a retirement plan. The earlier you start, the better. As you try to make ends meet and achieve your financial goals, put a retirement plan in the equation. Number 5, ignoring insurance. Okay, I know insurance has a bad reputation in Kenya, and hate it or love it, insurance is an important part of any financial plan. Basic insurance you shouldn't ignore is health insurance and insuring valuable property such as your car or your house. Of course, we cannot control everything that happens, and that is why insurance is important to prepare you for the worst. One accident can totally wipe out your investments. However, before settling for an insurance cover, do your research and ask people who have been insured before, preferably your close friends. That's it from the King Cater Experience. If you know anyone who is struggling with these money habits, feel free to share this video with them, and also subscribe for more from the King Cater Experience. Peace out.